Could you benefit from eliminating or reducing your alcohol drinking? I mean, I know this day and age, I don't know about you guys, what we see is so many healthcare people, so many executives, leaders, even people from working from the ground up, stressed out in this kind of environment, especially what happened with COVID, interest rates going up, gas prices going up, inflation, stock prices are crazy. We're all stressed out. And so maybe drinking a little bit more alcohol than usual. We may not consider ourselves alcoholics, but it is affecting our daily lives. I have an expert today who helps people like that. My name is Dr. Elsie Coe, and I am the founder and CEO of Lead Physician Leadership Program for Physicians. I'm also the Chief Medical Officer of American Endovascular and Amputation Prevention. Now, if you want to watch any of our other videos, go to our YouTube and subscribe, share that with your friends and colleagues. Lead Physician is all about bringing passion and purpose and potential back to our physicians. So without further ado, let me bring on James Swanwick.
How you doing?
James, somehow there you go. There you go. How are you doing?
Very well. Thank you very much.
James, am I saying your last name correctly, Swanwick?
Yes, it's spelled Swanwick, but it's pronounced Swanwick. You did a great job.
Yes, thank you. So, James, I'm going to quickly just give a little brief intro about you before I let you talk. James here is he's an Australian-American entrepreneur, and he's helped casual drinkers reduce or quit alcohol. And he has been an investor, speaker, journalist, former ESPN SportsCenter anchor, and correspondent to Hollywood. And he's got this book called The 30-Day No Alcohol Challenge. James, tell us a little bit more about this book, and tell us a little bit about why you've gotten into this and then I want you to give tips on how we all can do the same thing.
Yeah, sure. Well, I was a socially acceptable drinker growing up in Australia and all through my 30s, in that I drank a couple of glasses of wine each night. I wasn't getting drunk. I wasn't getting a DUI. I wasn't getting arrested. On the weekends, I might drink a little bit more. I might watch some sport and drink a few more beers. And cumulatively over the years, I realized that drinking had led to me putting on about 25 pounds. I wasn't sleeping great. I was tired, foggy, irritable. And even after one seemingly innocent glass of wine before I would go to sleep each night, it was enough for me to wake up in the morning feeling just a little bit kind of irritable and foggy and distracted and lethargic. And I woke up one morning in 2010, looked in the mirror, and I just looked average and I felt average. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to take a 30-day break from alcohol and see what happens. And I lost 13 pounds. I slept better. I landed my then dream job hosting SportsCenter on ESPN. I had clarity, focus. I attracted a much higher caliber friends and network into my life. And I thought, man, I feel so good. I'm just going to keep on going. And I kept on going, and I haven't drunk alcohol since. So it's been since 2010 since I had my last drink. And then I've subsequently gone on to coach entrepreneurs, executives, physicians, investors, affluent, high achievers to re-examine their relationship with alcohol, in most cases reduce significantly, and in a lot of cases quit entirely. And the book that you referenced was born very much out of my strategies and processes for helping high achievers to stop drinking.
Yeah, you quoted a statistic here, and I just want to briefly go over this. You says first of all, your members are mostly entrepreneurs, and you are also coaching physicians, and that's why I wanted to bring you on here. And this is, personal to me too. I mean, I don't consider myself alcoholic, but we go out for social things. We feel pressured into drinking things. But you have a statistics that your program that you have a 90-day program that it's almost 12 times more effective than AA, Alcohol Anonymous, which is the reported rate of 7.5%. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, they've done a lot of studies that show that AA's actual success rate is around 7-8%, somewhere around there. If you Google AA actual success rate, you'll see a lot of articles that come up on that. Folks who come into our program, we have a 90-day and a 365-day program. What separates us from AA is that we're somewhat fun. We're simple. You don't have to surrender to a higher power. It's not a 12-step program. You don't have to admit or concede that you're an alcoholic. And I would imagine that no physician would want to identify as an alcoholic and have other people even know that they're identifying as an alcoholic, because I'd imagine there'd be all kinds of issues
Oh, yes.
in the physician world. And in my view, in my opinion, having coached 20,000 people since 2015, this word alcoholic gets thrown around so loosely. Chances are you just drink too much. You're not an alcoholic. You just have a dependency at the moment on alcohol, and we can help you change that and create much healthier habits with a few simple tricks. So the 90-day program, yes, it's we've had many physicians come through. We've had investors, entrepreneurs, C-suite executives, and there's a very common tale there, mostly in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, got some grown-up children, that maybe they've got some strain on the relationship, they're tired, they're overworked, they're burned out in many cases, and they're quote unquote trying to relax at the end of a day with a drink, seemingly innocent drink. However, that seemingly innocent drink or drinks is actually just pouring gasoline on a fire and making people more irritable, more stressed, having more strain on their relationships. So we take them through a 90-day or 365-day process. We rewire their brain around alcohol. They come out of that feeling amazing. They're alcohol-free, and many of them choose to live an alcohol-free lifestyle thereon.
That's very amazing. You came something that really caught my eye as you talk about on your website, this ancient Egyptian method. And I'm just so curious about what it is. You created this program, you created this book. Tell us a little bit. I mean, you've been on TV talking about it. Tell us. And oh wait, one more thing is we all know about the alcohol holding us back, but you claim that 87%, close to 90% of non-alcoholic drinkers, casual drinkers like me and your past self, who follow this formula, are quitting drinking for at least 90 consecutive days. Can you give us a little pearls from your program? How you got this?
Sure. Well, just to answer the initial question about the ancient Egyptian method, I did some research and realized that they loved to play games, and more specifically, things that we might call today board games.
Okay.
Like snakes and ladders and things like that. I mean, it's incredible. And so I took the idea here that if I could make stopping drinking fun and playful, then the success rate, my hypothesis was that success rate was going to increase. And so what I do is I take these middle-aged folks, physicians and investors in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and we have fun in the process of stopping drinking. Because when most people think about stopping drinking, what do they think and feel? It's like, oh my God, this is going to be so hard. People are going to judge me. I won't be able to fit in. I won't be able to socialize. And that invariably is how everyone is feeling on day 1 or 2 of our program. But then we introduce really fun methods, I wouldn't say games, but like fun exercises where people loosen up, they lighten up, they have fun. It's like kind of like a childlike energy, even though it's a serious topic. And the statistics speak for themselves. Fun and empowering processes of stopping drinking, at least for us, it's now a 92% success rate of getting people to at least 90 consecutive days on their first attempt. Compare that to AA, which has a 7% success rate. And in my view, it's because it's dark. It can be depressing. You have to concede you're an alcoholic. You have to surrender to a higher power. I mean, look, I'm all for anything that works, but statistically speaking, I'd rather throw my energies behind a 92% success rate than a 7% success rate. To answer your question about some of the other processes we do, a lot of the resistance that folks have when they're first drinking is that they think they're not going to be any fun when they stop drinking. They think that they won't be able to go to a barbecue or a party or a networking event alcohol-free and have fun. So what we show them, and we do this through some exercises, is we show them how to communicate to people that they're not drinking. It doesn't matter what you say. It matters more how you say it. So if
I was going to ask you that question. Like, how do we do that in a social situation? We're at the bar with our business friends or friends, and they say, let's do it. Let's do a shot, Elsie.
Yeah. So I'll give you 2 scenarios, Elsie. I'll give you a scenario A and a scenario B. Here's scenario A, which most people do or think they're going to have to do. Oh, no, sorry, I'm not drinking at the moment. Oh, I wish I could. Oh, I'm doing this 90-day kind of thing. And actually, oh, no, I can't. and the energy is almost as dark and depressing as what I would imagine an AA meeting would be. And so you're telling yourself that you're depriving yourself of something joyful and pleasurable, and you're also communicating to your friends at the bar in this example that you're depriving them of fun and joy because you're the Debbie Downer, right?
Right.
Here's scenario B. You walk in and someone goes, let's have a drink. And you say, no, I'm good. Can you grab me a soda water? I love soda water. What do you mean? You're not drinking? No, I'm not drinking at the moment, but I'm going to get drunk on this soda water. I'll go shot to shot with you if you like. You do a shot of the vodka and I'll do a shot of the soda water. Ha, ha, ha. And you make a little joke of it. Now you can change that around depending on the circumstance. But if you are confident and you are lighthearted and you are fun, you don't need to be the court jester fun, but if you are you're just fun and light and easy about not drinking, then people will just let it go. Yeah. You'll let it go. They'll let it go because nobody cares that you're not drinking. They just care that you're not having fun. That's it. That's
how you twist that around. That's incredible. I mean, that seems so simple, but it's amazing how many things that we don't do that are simple.
Yeah, right. And a lot of this is rewiring people's brains because cultural conditioning is very real. We put alcohol on this pedestal. It's like, oh, we need wine for romance, and we need beer for watching sport, and we need champagne to celebrate weddings or basketball championships and all of this kind of stuff. Very clever marketers have tricked us into believing that this is the case. But in my view, alcohol is nothing more than attractively packaged poison, because it is filled with toxins and it takes the body 7 to 10 days to remove those toxins from the body. There is zero nutritional benefit, like zero. There's absolutely no health benefits to alcohol at all. They released these studies in the early 80s out of France that tried to show that drinking a glass of wine a day was good for your health. Those studies have been debunked so many times now over the years. The latest research that comes out has demonstrated that any amount of alcohol is harmful for you, and yet we put it in this attractively packaged bottle. We put these famous celebrities around there, we glamorize it, we put it into TV shows and Hollywood movies, and all of a sudden we think it's like the be's all that ends all. We think it's amazing, but it's not. It's just attractively packaged poison. If we can rewire our brain around that, then we can have energy, clarity, focus, sleep really well, and repair a lot of the strained relationships that we have because alcohol has been, contributing to that.
Yeah. And waking up the next morning feeling like crap and saying, why did I do that? I felt good at the time.
Well, you don't even need to. I mean, look, here's the thing. You don't even need to drink excessively the night before in order for you to wake up and still feel like crap. I mean, think about it. Have you had a glass of wine one night, woken up in the morning and tasted it on your mouth and feel just a little bit kind of slow and sluggish?
Right. Tell me a little bit about your program. Like, a lot of doctors, a lot of physicians, a lot of healthcare workers want to be confidential about, coming into a program like that. And then you're doing it in a group setting, I think, right? Is that correct? How do you maintain the confidentiality and making sure that it doesn't get out that, oh my God, Dr. Coe was in this program. She must have a problem.
Yeah, right. Well, everyone signs a privacy and confidential letter of agreement. So when they go in, and the culture of our group is that nobody releases anyone's names out into the public. And I've been doing this since 2015. We have not had a breach yet. And then ironically, what happens for a lot of people, not all, but a lot of people, is they go in really hesitant that people are going to find out about this. And then they become alcohol free. They live alcohol free. They love it so much. And in the end, they're requesting if I can interview them and publish the interview on my podcast, which is the Alcohol Free Lifestyle podcast. So far from them, making sure nobody finds out, about halfway through the program, they were actually wanting to tell as many people as possible. Hey,
that's amazing.
What? I've stopped drinking and it's amazing. So I get it. Like, there's this shame culture around this. Like, if you stop drinking, wow, there must be something wrong with you. I mean, think about it. Alcohol is the only drug where you have to justify and explain not consuming it.
I didn't think about it that way. That's funny.
But it's true.
Right? It is true. Yeah. So James, thank you so much for talking about this. So when is the next cohort of groups going, and what is the schedule like for people to join? How long does it take?
Yeah, so it's open, it's evergreen. You can join at any time. A lot of people like to begin at the beginning of a calendar month so they can track their progress, but it is open at any time. You can go to alcoholfreelifestyle.com for more information. There's the podcast, Alcohol Free Lifestyle, in Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We do Project 90 is the name of the 90-day program, and we have a 365-day program as well. It is for folks like yourself, like physicians, doctors, investors, entrepreneurs, executives. So it is aimed at that kind of late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s person who's, got a profession and a career, frankly, have lots to lose if their drinking keeps going the way it is, and they want to make a change for their health, their wealth, their love, and their happiness.
Wow, thank you so much for this. Anyone who's interested, go to alcoholfreelifestyle.com to find out more information and look at his podcast. I know you have another podcast, the James Swanwick Show podcast. Is that something similar, or is that completely different, James?
Yeah, no, that's more. That's not so much to do with alcohol and living. It's more to do with all kinds of different things that interest me. Things like psychology and business and things like that. But if health and getting long-term power over your drinking habits is your goal, then certainly Alcohol Free Lifestyle podcast is the main one.
Yes, I know, James, there's so much more to you. I wanted to keep this short and sweet, but you have so much more to offer people, including thoughts on sleep, even the glasses I think that you're wearing right now, right? That you've created that has sold. I don't know, how many have you sold of these glasses?
Couple 100,000 at the moment, yeah, and
Wow, amazing.
they're blue light blocking glasses, and a lot of the professional sports teams are wearing these glasses now. Players from the New York Knicks, Manchester United, New Orleans Saints,
Yeah, they're
Oklahoma
called
Thunder.
Swannies.
Yeah, they're called Swannies blue light blocking glasses, and
Yeah.
they're a sleep aid. The glasses with the orange lens here, if you wear these orange lens blue light blocking glasses in the last hour before you go to sleep, it blocks the artificial light from your screens that can disrupt melatonin production.
Right.
So wearing these glasses in the last hour before you go to sleep blocks that artificial blue light. It means you can fall asleep quicker, sleep more deeply, and wake up feeling refreshed as well.
Right. I saw your video, and you were talking in the video. Was really cute and funny. I was cracking up. But you were talking about how it's not just coming from your computer. It's not just coming from your phone. It's coming from the light in your bathroom. It's coming from, everywhere, from outside. So
yeah, too much light at night is destroying our sleep, which destroys our clarity and focus. And if you're a physician and you need to be on top of your game, then alcohol is going to disrupt that, and staring into screens late at night is going to disrupt that as well. I mean, I stare into screens late at night, but I do so while wearing a pair of the blue light blocking glasses, because now that's blocking that light. So I'm free to be as guilty as everyone else and scrolling on electronics, but at least I'm protecting my eyes from it. And then when I turn off the light, remove the glasses, I tend to fall asleep a lot quicker than before when I wasn't wearing the glasses.
Wow, thank you. I'm waiting for my pair, James.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. My name is Dr. Elsie Ko. If you have a topic on physician leadership, please reach out to me at info@drlco.com. I'd love to hear from you. Or also, we are starting our new physician leadership program. If you have a colleague, friend, or you yourself want to go through this, check us out at leadphysician.org and reach out to me so that we can talk about what it is that you're looking for. Any last words for us, James? Thank you so much for this interview.
Yeah, the last words would be, I've had a life with alcohol and I've had a life without, and definitively a life without is way better. More clarity, focus, energy, happiness, joy, health, wealth, love, happiness. I mean, all of those kind of things comes from just being a little bit more health conscious, especially if you're a physician and you're overworked and you suffer or experience stress and anxiety. Getting alcohol out of your life will reduce that. Sleeping better will reduce that, and it's just an all-around better life.
I love that. And I see that in you, James, the energy that you exude. Thank you so much for this. Thank you, everybody. Have a happy Sunday.